At one point, my kitchen had sticky notes almost everywhere. The cupboards, bin, the fridge, literally everywhere. And my family thought that I'm losing my mind. But here is the thing, I was living in England already, but I needed to surround myself with English a little bit more. I went to work, I came home, and I was still using Polish for almost everything. My phone was in Polish, all the content and television that I consumed. So I stopped for the English to surround me. I literally went out and reached out for this English to be part of my life. And that's what today's video is going to be about. You don't have to leave your country to basically surround yourself with English. And I'm going to tell you in this video how you can do that without moving to England, for example, or any other English speaking countries. Hi, I'm Anna and I'm an English coach. English is not my first language. I'm learning English every day as you are learning it now. And if you ever thought I would be fluent by now if I would live in any English speaking country, this video is for you because I promise you that's not one thing that it's missing. So let's start with the honest bit. I know people who have lived in UK for years and they still struggle to call a GP and book an appointment for themselves. And I know people who have never left their own home country and they speak English beautifully. Living somewhere doesn't teach you a language. Contact does. Hours and hours of contact. And contact with English is something that you can actually build in your own apartment, flat, house today for free. In Polish, we would say otoczyć się językiem, which means to surround yourself with a language. And that's the whole idea. Not to study more, because we tend to learn about the language, but to be inside it more. So let's build the layers together. This one is the easiest one, and I think it can change a lot for you because it did change quite a lot for me. Change the language on your phone. I know it feels a little bit scary because you might be worried that you will get lost with your settings, etc. But I'm telling you, it will last 2 days and then you won't be lost anymore because you already know where everything is. You don't read your phone, you simply recognize it. And suddenly, every single time when you unlock it, 50, 80 times a day, you reading English. All your settings, notifications, battery is low, storage is full. Are you sure you want to delete this? That's not studying. That's not effort. That's just English arriving to you every day, all day. Then keep going. Other devices such as laptop, computer, any other apps that you might be using, Netflix, Spotify, your maps, hearing in 200 meters, turn left while you drive is like free listening practice you didn't schedule. 5 minutes of changing your setting. This will give you a more contact with the language than a few hours of studying. Now, the sticky notes. And yes, I know this one can be a little bit embarrassing for some, but yes, it works. Write the English words and stick them on the things where you see them. Not on everything, just on the things you use. Next to the kettle, on the drawer, the mirror, maybe the fridge. But here is the important part. And this is where most of the people do it wrong. Don't write single words, write phrases. Same phrases that you would use getting to those things. Kettle, put the kettle on. Fridge, I'm going to grab something from the fridge. And so on. Because you don't need single vocabulary, you need phrases that you will be able to use in the future. You need sentences like copy and paste. And when the notes stop surprising you, take them down and write new ones. Basically, repeat the process. Layer 3. And this is when it stops to be just decoration, it's becoming super real. Write your normal life in English. And what that means is your shopping list, for example. Not vocabulary about food, but your actual shopping list. The one that you take into the store today. Milk, washing up liquid, bread, something for dinner, your to do list, your calendar, your notes to yourself. And this is where it gets really interesting. Because when you write about your life, you suddenly realizing the words that you actually missing. Not the one that you've been taught from the textbook, but like real life English phrases and words. The words you need in your life. That gap you feel? How do I even say this? That's not failure. That's your personal syllabus showing up for free. Write it down anyway. Guess it, research it, Google it, and move on. And now the layer that actually make you fluent. Everything before that, it was preparation for this moment. Say it out loud. Take the shopping list that you just wrote and read it to yourself out loud in the kitchen what you actually need: milk, bread, something for dinner. Oh, and I need a washing up liquid. Plan your day out loud. Something like, so this morning I have to go to work and then I have to remember to call the dentist afterward. And hopefully in the afternoon I'll have a time for a walk. And that's it. That's the whole exercise. And I want to be honest with you why this matters so much, because I skip it for too long and I really did pay a price for it. Understanding English and speaking English, they are two different skills. And you can watch films in English and basically understand every single word, but then when it comes to conversation, you freeze. Reading builds really good recognition, and I highly recommend that. But if you want to speak fluently, you have to build your muscles, like you have to practice speaking, because it's like going to the gym, small reps but consistently. Train your muscles. The beautiful thing about doing this with your own shopping list, with your plans, your own notes, is that you're practicing the exact English you will need tomorrow, not somebody's else dialogue in a hotel reception. So why does it all work but studying didn't? Because you stop studying English and literally starting living it. Studying is something that you have to find the time for. And some days you won't be able to do that. Simple as that. You busy and the life move on. So it's very difficult to plan a study session when you a busy mom of two or you working full time. But your shopping list, your meal prep, your notes, your journals, this already exists. You don't have to build anything new. Those things are happening anyway. You just adjusting, changing the language, and that's it. That's why this change survives the bad days, because it's already there and there is nothing to skip. Now, honestly, this can be annoying at first, and I completely understand. Your phone in English will slow you down for the first 2 days for sure. Your sticky notes will fall off, or someone in your family will find it super funny. And there'll be days when you think, oh my gosh, this is so silly. I'm a grown up and I don't need sticky notes around my house. But you know what? Who cares? Do it anyway. And you don't have to do all the 4 layers today. Do them slowly. And I don't remember deciding to think in English. It just happened. One day when I was writing my meal prep, I was literally putting it all in English. My shopping list is all in English. Notes to myself, all in English. And then it simply happened. When I was planning the day in my head, I was simply planning it in English. And then when I have to go back to Polish at some point, it feels almost slower. That's why surrounding yourself with English will help you so much. You might not feel the progress from day one, but once you start living the language, you will start feel comfortable with it and you won't even notice when you start thinking in English. So, 4 layers: your home, your devices, your list, and your voice, the most important. Start with one tonight. And if you pick just one after this video, pick your phone and let me know in the comments how is it going for you and what will be the first change you're going to make today. Your phone, sticky notes, or maybe your shopping list. And if you want a full routine of 20 minutes a day studying English in 3 steps, that video is on my channel. So watch that one next. Thanks for watching and say it right.